Hi YouTube, it's about Lucky Host here, and once again today I'm uploading another Minecraft Pixel tutorial build. And now before we get into this build, which we are doing Master Jiriya Part 2, before we get into the build, I'm just going to put a time on the screen just to skip to, because there's a couple of things I just want to say before we get into the video. So if you just want to go straight to the build, you can skip to there. If you want to listen, then you can listen. So one thing I want to say is Discord. Someone asked for Discord. I don't have a Discord yet. Will there be a server in the future? Hopefully there will be one. I don't know how soon I'm going to have one because there's a lot of things to do. I'm not so sure if it's so much needed right now, but I will see what I can do because I don't really use Discord too much. I am more of a console player. I do have Discord though because I do game on my PC occasionally. So a Discord may be on the way soon. And another thing I just want to say, I meant to upload yesterday. Sorry I didn't upload yesterday. That was just because I cleared out the garage for the first time in 20 years. That thing's been cleared out. Like, since I've been born, like, since we moved here, that thing hasn't been cleared out once. And, well, you can just imagine the amount of stuff in there. It took a lot of work to do. And with that being said, just one more thing to add on quickly. Third thing is, in terms of setup, I'm going to be doing something very soon. Now, it's going to take a while to do, let's be honest, because this stuff's, like, very expensive and everything. But my dad gave me an old PC that he doesn't use anymore. So I'm going to be upgrading this PC. I'm going to be getting a whole new setup. I'm going to be on my desk. I don't know if I'm going to do it into a video or not. It'll be like a, a short time lapse, like me of building it. But yeah, I'm going to be hopefully transforming my room soon into a better gaming setup. Again, like, it's never really important. It's just like a quick update. Hence why Discord would be better if I could just casually speak to the chat. But again, without further ado though, let's just get straight into the video. And sorry for taking up your time if you did listen, but for those that skipped ahead, well, we're going to be needing these blocks, black concrete, and our placement block, our gold block. And also, if you haven't already, hit that like button on this video and subscribe, that would be much appreciated as well. You could go and do that. And also, we're very close to 100 subs, and we will be doing another special once we hit 100 subs. And once again, let's move on with the build. And we're going to be flying over to where we left off last time. And today we're going to be completing the clothing area right here. So we're going to fly up to that one sticking out here. So the very top right one sticking out. I'll place a gold block there just so you can see where we're going off. So we're going to be going off right there. And I'm just going to fly back in. Once we have flown to here, we're going to start by doing a bottom right diagonal from here. Just like so. Then from this bottom right diagonal, we are going to do another bottom right diagonal from here. We are then going to place 2 to the right from this bottom right diagonal here. So 1, 2. Then from this second one that we placed to the right, we're going to place 1 going underneath, 1 to the right, fly back to the left, and then we're going to place 1 going underneath. Again, I'm just going to zoom out quickly. So far, we should be looking like this. Once we have done that, we're going to fly back to the right one, sticking out here. So fly back to here, and we're going to place another 1 going to the right from here. Then, from this right one here, we're going to do a bottom right diagonal, and we're going to place 1 going to the right, just like so. We're then going to do another bottom right diagonal from here, and we're going to place another 1 going to the right just like so, and then we're going to place 1 underneath. And from this one that we placed underneath, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from here, and then we're just going to zoom out quickly. So again, that's what we should be looking like so far. And once we have done that bottom left diagonal, we're going to fly back to the one placed underneath, so back from where we did the bottom left diagonal from, so back to there. And once we have flown back into here, we're going to place 3 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3. Then from this 3 to the right, we're going to do a bottom right diagonal. And we're going to place 2 to the right from here. So 1, 2. And from these 2 to the right, we're going to do another bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 2 going to the right. So 1, 2. And what we're going to do is we're going to place 2 going underneath here. So 1 and 2. We're then going to do a bottom left diagonal. Again, we're just going to zoom out and have a look what we've done so far. So this is what we've done so far. And what we're going to do is we're going to fly back into where we went down by 2. So where we did this bottom left diagonal from, we want to move back to the bottom one. So back to here. And once we move back to here, we're going to place one to the right and do a bottom right diagonal from here. Once we're in this bottom right diagonal, fly back to here, so where we just did the bottom right diagonal from, so back to here. Once we have flown back to here, we're going to place 2 on top, so 1, 2, and then we're going to place 1 to the right, just like so. So that little area should just look like this. And once you have done that, fly back to the one sticking out here. Once we've flown back to the one sticking out here, we're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. And from here, we're going to place 11 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then from this 11th one here, we're going to place 1 going underneath just like so. Then from this one underneath, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from here. So do a bottom left diagonal. And once again, fly back to the one where we just did the bottom left diagonal from. So back to this one here. And we're going to place 2 going to the right from here. So 1, 2. And then going to do a bottom right diagonal from this end one here. And again, fly back up from where we did the bottom right diagonal from, so back to here. Just going to place 1 on top and 1 to the left, and then fly back into the right, so back to here. And then we're just going to place 6 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. From the 6 here, we're going to do a up right diagonal, and from this up right diagonal, we're going to place 2 going to the right, so 1, 2. We're then going to do another upright diagonal from here. And from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 2 going to the right. So 1, 2. We're then going to place 1 on top. And then going to place 1 underneath, just like so. And once we place 1 underneath, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from this one underneath and a bottom right diagonal. So do a bottom left diagonal. Fly back up to there. And then do a bottom right diagonal. And there you go. That should look like that. It's a very peculiar shape it looks like. Let's move back onto the top though. But you can see that is what it should look like. So fly back to the one up top here. Once we've flown back up to the one up top here, we're going to place 1 going to the right just like so. And once we have placed the one to the right here, we're going to do an up right diagonal from here. From this upright diagonal, we're going to place 2 going to the right. So 1, 2. We're then going to do another upright diagonal from here, and then we're going to do another upright diagonal, and so we're going to place another 1 going to the right, just like so. Then do another upright diagonal, and then from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 2 going to the right, so 1 and 2. Then place 1 on top, and then we're going to fly underneath, so fly underneath to here, and we're going to place 3 going underneath from here, so 1, 2, 3, and then going to place 1 going to the right, just like so. Then fly into the left, and once we've flown into the left, we're going to place 3 underneath from here. So 1, 2, 3. We're then going to place 1 going to the right, just like so. And then we're going to place 1 underneath from this one that we placed to the right, just like so. We're then going to do a bottom left diagonal from here. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 1 underneath. We're then going to do another bottom left diagonal and place another 1 underneath, just like so. We're then going to do 2 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. Underneath the second one, we're just going to place 1 going underneath, just like so. And from this one that we placed underneath, we're going to repeat this 2 here 4 more times in a bottom left diagonal. So, bottom left diagonal, 1 underneath, that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. And from this 4th one, what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 going to the left and 1 underneath, just like so. So that bit should just look like that. Again, we're just going to zoom out. But by the way, in those 4s in total, well, those 2s in total, there should be like 5 of them if you include that one that we placed to the left. But visually, you can only see 4. It should look like that anyway. Once we have done this, what we're going to do is we're actually going to start with a bit of a different area. So we're going to start from the bottom. And what we're going to do, from this bottom, we're going to connect up to certain points going up to here. So we're going to go like a kind of a bottom slash up left. It's a weird pattern, okay? It's hard to describe. Anyway, moving on with the build. Fly over to the bottom line here. So to this bottom line here, with our placement block, So where we just came from, with our placement block, we're going to place 2 going to the left. So 1, 2. And then we're going to take out our black concrete and we're going to place 1 going to the left, just like so. From this one that we have placed to the left, we're going to do a upright diagonal. So we can just place 1 on top of the gold block. And then we're going to place 1 on top, just like so. And then we're just destroy our gold blocks because we don't need it anymore. And from this one that we placed on top, we're going to do a up left diagonal. And then we're going to fly back to where we just did the up left diagonal from. So back to here. And once we've flown back to here, we're going to do a up right diagonal. From this up right diagonal, we're going to do another up right diagonal. And we're going to place 1 on top, just like so. And from here, we're going to do 2 upright diagonals. So 1 and 2. And from this second one here, we're going to place 1 on top, just like so. We're then going to do another upright diagonal. And we're going to place 1 on top. From this one that we just placed on top, what we're going to do is we're going to do a up left diagonal from here. From this up left diagonal, we are going to fly back to here. So back to where we just did this up left diagonal from, we're going to do an up right diagonal from here, just like so. From this up right diagonal, we're going to do another up right diagonal. We're going to place 1 on top. We're then going to do another up right diagonal. And place 1 on top again, and then finally but not least do another upright diagonal. And as you can see, it connects just like so in this little area like this. So there's a little 1 gap here, 2 gap, and then a 2 gap, and then a 1 gap, and a 2 gap, and another 2, and then a pattern. Can't really explain that one, but again, you can see what we've done, and you should have done it just like this. Once we had done this, we're going to fly to the very top up left diagonal here, so this one right here, and we're going to connect up to that point there. So fly to this up left diagonal here. And again, I'll place a gold block just in case anyone didn't get where we are going off. We are going off that area right there. Once we've placed our gold block right there, we're going to fly back into this area. Once we've flown back to here, we're going to place another black concrete on top of this one right here. And then we're going to do 3 up left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And as you see, the third one just connects underneath this one, just like so. Then once we have done this, we're going to fly to the left. So fly to this bottom left diagonal here, right next to here. And from this bottom left, we're going to place 1 going underneath, just like so. We're then going to repeat this to here 4 more times in a bottom left diagonal direction. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And from this 4th one here, we're going to do a bottom right diagonal, and then we're just going to fly back to the 2. And what we'll do from this 2 is we're just going to place 1 on each side, so 1 like this and 1 like that, to the left of it basically, and that's just a 2x2 square there. Once we have done that, fly to this bottom right diagonal here, and from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to do 2 bottom right diagonals. So 1 and 2. And as you can see, we connect to the other bottom right diagonal. So that should look like 4 bottom right diagonals there. And in this side, it should look like a 2 in the middle. And then 4 upright 2 diagonals. And then, again, you can visually see anyway. But once we have done that area, we're going to fly to this 2x2 square. And we're going to be flying over to the bottom of it first. So we start at the bottom. So we're flying over to the bottom. Once we've flown over to the bottom of the 2, we're going to do 2 bottom left diagonals from this 2. So 1 and 2. And from the second one, we're going to place 1 underneath just like so. And then we're going to do 3 bottom left diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3. And from this third one, we're just going to place 1 underneath just like so. And as you can see, that should just look like that. So it connects right to the ground, just like so. Once we've done that, we're going to fly to the up top of these 2x2 here. So, then from this corner right here, we're going to do 5 up left diagonals from this top corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And as you see, the 5th one just connects underneath this one just like so, so it's a 2 going down. Once we have done this though, we're going to fly to the left. So to this bottom left diagonal stick out here, and we're going to place 1 underneath, just like so. Then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal and place another one underneath just like so. Once we've done this, we're going to do 2 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And underneath this second one here, we're going to place one underneath just like so. We're then going to do another bottom left diagonal from here. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place one underneath again just like so. And then what we're going to do is, once again, we're going to place one to the left of it, this bottom 2 here. So this bottom 2, we place one to the left there and one to the left there. So again, as a 2x2 square, and that should just look like that. Once we have done this, fly to the bottom right of it. And once we've flown to the bottom right of it, we're going to do a bottom right diagonal. From this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place one underneath. And then we're going to do 4 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And as you can see, there's like a 2 gap here. And it connects to the ground just like so. So to go, that's a little bit there done as well. And once we have done that, once again, fly back to the 2x2 square. And we're going to go to the bottom of it again. So back to the bottom of it on the left hand side. And from the left hand side, bottom of this square, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal. From this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place one underneath. We're then going to do another bottom left diagonal and place another one underneath just like so. And then we're going to do 2 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And there we go. Once again, you just connect to the ground just like so. And once again, once we've done that, we're going to fly to the up left corner of this 2x2 square. Once we've flown to the up left corner, we're going to do 4 up left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. From this 4th one, we're going to place one on top again. There you go. Once we have done that, we're going to do a up left diagonal from here. And as you can see, it connects to that up left diagonal in an up left diagonal direction, just like so. Once we have done that, fly to the left, so to this bottom left here, right here. And once we have flown to this bottom left diagonal here, we're going to do another bottom left diagonal from here. And so we're going to place one underneath just like so. Then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. Then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And we're going to place another one underneath just like so. And then from here, we're going to do another bottom left diagonal from here. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place one underneath. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fly up by 1, so back up to the top of it. And we're going to do a up left diagonal from here. Then fly back to the 2, so back to this 2 that we just did the up left diagonal from. And so once we've flown, we're going to fly to the bottom of it, and we're going to do a bottom right diagonal. And then fly back up to here, back to this 2, and then from the bottom one here, we'll do a bottom left diagonal. So again, this is the center, but as you can see, it's not a 2x2 square. It's a bit shorter because the area is shorter over here. And once we have done that though, we're going to go to the bottom right diagonal first. So go to this one here. Once we have flown to this bottom right diagonal here, we're going to do 5 more lots of this bottom right diagonal. So 5 singular bottom right diagonals. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, underneath this 5th one, we're just going to place one underneath just like so. And as you can see, once again, there is a 2 gap here in between these 2. And that should just look like that. Once we have done that, we're going to fly to the bottom left diagonal here. So, fly to the bottom left diagonal. Once we've flown to this bottom left diagonal, we're going to do another bottom left diagonal from here. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place one underneath just like so. We're then going to do 3 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And from this 3rd one here, we're going to place one underneath. And there we go. You can see connect to the ground just like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a up left diagonal from here. So an up left diagonal from the top of this 2 at the bottom. Just like so. And then once we have done this, we're going to place one on top of this one right here. Just like so. Once we place one on top, we're going to do 2 up left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And from the second one, we're going to place one on top just like so. We're then going to do another 2 up left diagonals. So 1 and 2. Then what we're going to do is we're going to place one to the left and then flying to the right. And then from the right, we're going to place 2 on top. So 1 and 2. And then from this 2 on top, we're going to do a up left diagonal. Then fly back into the 2 on top. So we're going to go to the right hand side this time. And we're going to do a up right diagonal from here. Then place one on top. And then we're going to do 3 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. From this third one right here, we're going to place 1 on top and fly to the bottom. And from the bottom, we're going to do 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. From this bottom right one here, we're going to place 1 underneath. And then we're going to do another 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And as you can see, we just connected the other bottom right diagonal we did earlier. And once we have done that, we're going to fly back up to this 2, up to the very top here, and we're just going to complete this little area here. Once we've flown back to this row 2, right here, we're going to do an upright diagonal, so just place 1 underneath this one here, and there we go. That's that little part there done. And then we're going to be still back at this 2, and we're going to do 2 up left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And from this second one, we're just going to place 1 on top, just like so. Then do another up left diagonal, and then we're done with this area right here. So we can just zoom out, and there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to complete the very last line, so the very outer edge line, as you can see, from these 2s at the side here connecting. And we're going to start off by flying to the bottom one. So this bottom left one here, just sticking out to the left. So flying to here. Once we've flown in here, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from here. From this bottom left diagonal, we're going to start by doing the up left diagonal first. And place 1 on top, just like so. We fly to the bottom, so back to here. And once we've flown back to the singular bottom left diagonal, bottom right now, we're going to place 1 underneath, just like so. And then we're going to repeat this to here 3 more times in a bottom right diagonal direction, and we should connect to the ground. So, bottom right diagonal, 1 underneath, another bottom right diagonal, another 1 underneath, that's 2, and that is 3. And there we go. As you see, there should be a 3 gap going to the right here, 1, 2, 3, and there should be a 4 gap, or 5 gap if you want to go underneath the black concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and as you can see, we've got a 5 gap connecting underneath this black concrete, just like so. And now once we have done that, we're going to zoom out and move on to the next area. So we're going to move to this up left diagonal here. So move into here, and once we move to this up left diagonal here, we're going to do another up left diagonal. We're then going to place 1 on top, and then do another up left diagonal, and then there we go. That's that little bit there done. And then what we're going to do is we're going to skip this 2 here, and then we're going to move on to the next 2. So this 2 right here. And fly up to this 2, and then what we're going to do from this 2 is we're just going to do an upright diagonal. And then zoom out, and then, well, there you go, you were done. Literally, that's all you got to do. And as you can see, there is the metal. I don't know if it is metal. It feels like kind of that 90 mesh, but I can't really remember what it kind of is. And there we go, that is everything today so far. So as you can see, we didn't really do a lot like extending out further than usual, but we did do a lot more detail today, and I'm going to keep that there because, again, I'm still quite busy, as I said, with the desk and PC. There's a lot of things to do. I've got to take apart this PC, which I've never took apart a PC before. I'm not a tech genius. I'm pretty good at tech. I did IT and all, but and I know quite a few bit about it, but to taking apart a PC and building a PC, yeah, no idea. I know what I need though, as looking at tutorials and all sort of stuff. But yeah, I got to do that. So I'm gonna keep it quite nice and short, just like usual. It's probably gonna be usual time anyway. And again, without further ado, that's gonna be the end of the video today. And if you enjoyed that video, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe as well, because we're so close to 100, and we'll be having another special at 100. And turn on that notification bell to get notified for new parts, new tutorials, and all that sort of stuff. And it also would be great to turn it on just for when your suggestions are coming out again. So if you do have suggestions, feel free to put some suggestions in the comments. We already do have a lot of suggestions lined up already, so do bear in mind if you do have a suggestion, it may take a while to come out, because as I said before, I like to try and complete every suggestion that really comes. You know, as long as it's multiple different people. If it's the same person, I'm not going to constantly keep doing that one person's suggestion, but you know, over time I will, do that person's suggestion as well. As I said before though, I try and complete all of them, but there is such a long list, so it might take a while. But without further ado, that's going to be the end of the video. Peace out, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.